Beans, what's up? All right, T. What's going down? Woo wee. All right. So, yo, T, let me tell y'all. This is Sean Bolden, Sean B. First off, let me get started. Sean Bolden, Sean B. I didn't want to get right into it, but I saw Beans is here, and I gotta tell you something. I saw a picture of Beans the other day, and T, either I'm getting old or I gotta exercise my memory because when I was looking at the picture, I could not remember Bean's name for the life of me. I was seeing pictures of people that I had worked with for like 10 years, and I couldn't remember names. And it really hit me when somebody that I knew for like 1 year, maybe two, being Beans, I could not. I was like, it's B, start with a B. And I felt like a real idiot when I just couldn't remember Bean's name. So that's why when you came on, I was like, Beans. I was so proud. I'm saying it with conviction because let me tell you, I could not remember Beans' name. So big up to Beans, big up to T. We in the house. We about to do this live. So T, I'm doing it on Facebook, right? And I'm gonna be showing videos. You'll hear them, but you won't be able to see them on Instagram. So I'm doing it on Facebook down here and YouTube. Yeah, go to my YouTube channel. If y'all here, go to my YouTube channel. I need y'all to go ahead and subscribe to that YouTube. I'm on there live, and I'm doing new things. I'm learning how to input videos and be able to talk about the videos that I'm inputting. But anyway, I'm on some more laid back. We're gonna chill right now. Hold on, I'm gonna move this over here so we can see it a little better. And I'm gonna just be sitting back and chill. I hope y'all can hear me. I hope y'all can hear me. Can you hear me? I know Instagram, y'all can hear me. I hope that YouTube and everything else, y'all can hear me there. I'll go to Facebook. What's your YouTube? I think it's Sean Bolden. I'm not that well versed in it. I'm gonna call you. Maybe you can help me out on that too, because I'm not really that well versed on it yet. So right now, I'm going live on both Facebook. It just went live on Facebook. So they missed my whole Bean story. But anyway, I'm here. What's going on? All right. If anybody want to join me, True Rules, what's going on? Sean Bolden, Sean B. We're about to get into some things. Yo, I'm gonna talk about first off, I ain't gonna play her clip, but did y'all see? I think it was staged. I think like my old girls so was telling me, I think this stage like that McDonald's thing. But did y'all see the girl talking about getting mad because the dude was like, nah, I ain't paying for your 18 friends. I ain't paying for your 18 friends. You could go ahead and have as many friends. I ain't paying for them. And she like, nobody want no broke nigga anyway. Ooh wee. I was like, yo, how'd you go into saying nobody want no broke? And this cat is, wow. Is that where we are today? I think it had to be staged because if it wasn't staged, somebody need to check her. Somebody need to check her. Whoever she is, I'm gonna take this earpiece out because I ain't using it. It's in the wrong ear. But somebody need to check that chick. I don't care who need to check her. Mama need to check her. Daddy need to check her. Somebody need to check her. Talking about you should be paying for my friends. You should just be paying. Like, why you invite 18 friends? If you want to be out with your friends, go out with your friends. I was talking to one of my homegirls, right? And I was like, yo, you must have broke up with your man. She's like, what you mean? I said, yo, you were showing all the dang on your on Instagram, and it was the dang. You know, she's in a bikini, the dang. I'm like, yo, it wasn't even no sound. You just heard the sound of your body motion because you the dang, and turn around. And I was like, yo, it's like I'm just having fun with my girls. I'm like, man, tell me, on you having fun with your girls? You and your girl, D Malone, how are you? You and your girls, what y'all gonna do together? Why you not having fun with your man if you still got this man here? But anyway, she was like, it's girls' night. I'm like, tell me, ladies, and if you want to join me to have this conversation, please let me know because I'm curious. How do you choose your ladies over your man Not saying that you always have to choose your man. Of course, there's time for the ladies, but for significant days like your birthday, is it me or should you want to choose be in that space with your significant other if you have one? Maybe I'm old fashioned. Maybe it's me. I don't know. Ladies, help me out here. I need to know. And please join me. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about, speaking of that situation, we're going to talk about TD Jakes and him describing, or it's going viral right now on the internet, of him describing uh, this day and age woman and what's missing. What's going on, T? And so I'm just curious to know, lady, you know what? D, I hear that. I want to hang out with both. Cool. Can't y'all do it together? You know, I mean, you want to hang out with your girls and you want to hang out with your man. I get it. 2 separate times, I get it. But when do you choose and decide which time is my question. When do you choose? That's like, you know, I want to hang out with my home. I mean, me personally, I done hung out enough. I'm at the point where, yo, I done hung out enough. I done hung out for a living. That was part of my job, is to hang out. To where, like, when I go to clubs, I feel like I'm working. When I go out to concerts, I feel like I'm working. So it doesn't really excite me as much. Although when I went, I guess I just recently went to a concert, probably for the first time, where I just went leisurely. It had nothing to do with business. It had nothing to do with I knew somebody. I actually paid for the tickets. Wow. I'll spoil you, yo. I don't think I ever paid for a concert ticket up until that moment. So I actually paid for the tickets and I enjoyed it as a consumer. Because, you know, I used to go to concerts and I was either backstage, on stage, bringing somebody to stage. That was always my experience. So I actually, for the first time, and I ain't gonna get into how spoiled I am, but that's one of the spoiledness that this industry has done to me, that I have never paid for a concert. I usually get a hookup, I get a ticket from somebody. Even if I went as a consumer, I still got a hookup. And I went there when I didn't pay. What I realized is that I was looking at the show like I was critiquing or trying to see how they were doing their performance. Or I went to a Bruno Mars show, right? And I found myself, and I was with my date, and I found myself telling her, okay, this is what's about to happen now. He's about to go into a climax. He's about to segue probably into this song. And I didn't realize that I was doing it. I was just sitting there like, yo, you know what? I was just naturally doing it. I was looking at it from almost being critical, almost like I was looking at a movie as Siskel and Ebert. I was looking at it like that. And I was sitting there like, yeah. And she didn't really enjoy that because I kind of spoiled it, because I was kind of, I guess if we were watching the movie, I was giving up all the spoilers. I was like, yeah, here you go. He's about to do this. Okay, yeah, yo, you know what? He probably gonna go to this side of the stage and work this side. And I don't know why I was doing that, but I realized that's what I was doing. So the last concert I went to, I decided I'm not gonna do that intentionally. And I enjoyed myself so much more, y'all. I enjoyed all aspects of it. It was, well, then again, it also was the new edition, Jodeci, and that's my era. So I knew all the songs. You know, when you go to a concert and you can sing all the songs, you enjoy it a lot better. You know what I'm saying? You really enjoy it, because it's like, yo, I was Mr. Telephone Man. I was Can You Stand the Rain? I was trying to dance. I was doing all of that. I was not trying to critique the show. I was enjoying the show. First time I bought a ticket. First time, and yo, buying a ticket, man, that is some excruciating stuff, because I never been to the venue. So usually I go backstage, I have access to backstage, so my seats don't matter, because I can go and maneuver. Now I don't like going to places where I can't just be free. I'm spoiled, y'all. I'm spoiled. All right. I understand it. I'm spoiled. But I just don't like being in places where I just can't get up and go how I please. So this was a first for me. It was a new thing for me, but it was a very good experience. But the experience of trying to figure out where to get the best seats that were available, where they were, and how it was going to, because the tickets was expensive too, by the way. Yeah, they was running up there. But anyway, back to the story. So I didn't know where to kind of get. I didn't have no guidance on, well, these seats are better. I tried to get it from the box office. They wasn't helping me out. So that was more excruciating than anything. So by the time I got the ticket, I was ready to just let, but I took an Uber there. I wasn't driving nothing. I wanted to get my drink on. I wanted to have a fun. So, I just went all out, and it was really fun, especially seeing that it's hard not to recognize when you've been the headliner. Man, I have been a headliner on small venues, not in that, and I've been an opener for big venues. So, one thing I say about hip hop as opposed to R&B, or as opposed to the concert that I went to, when I'm looking at a hip hop show, like when I was looking at Bruno Mars, although I was just critiquing it, I never felt like I wanted to be on stage. Ever. Nah, I knew he was the one that needed to be on that stage that night because he was the one, he was doing what he needed to do. So Bruno Mars did his thing, and he's a great performer. Adrian Mariah told me about Bruno before he got signed. She's like, yo, you need to go see this kid, Bruno. It was that her homegirl, Chanel, was his girl at the time, and that was her homegirl. And she's like, yo, my girl boyfriend, he's kind of nice. You need to come see him. And it was in Santa Monica he was performing. I remember one time she invited me, and I couldn't make it. And that was Bruno Mars. It was before he got signed and all that. And he's always been a great performer. Can play, can sing, great performer. Questionable character possibly, but great performer. So anyway, I say all that to say that I wasn't trying to get on stage. What I was getting at is that hip hop artists, whenever I feel like I want to grab the mic, you ain't doing your job. I'll say it again. Hip hop artists, I'm talking to y'all. If I'm ever at your show and I feel like I want to grab the mic, I ain't been on the mic in years. I ain't been on the mic probably in a decade. I think I went on the tour. I got on the mic a little when I was managing Sun Doobie, but I haven't been on the mic professionally in a while. But if I feel to want to get on that mic, you ain't doing your job. Because I should never feel like, yo, I could do it better. I could do better than that. Yeah, I should be engaged. I should be entertaining. I only get that with old school artists because like Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, Public Enemy, people who I could recite all the lyrics to. New Edition, Bobby Brown, even Jodeci, even Charlie Wilson. I could recite all of the lyrics. And so that's why it was so enjoyable, because I never once felt like I wanted to be on stage. Bruno Mars, even though I can't recite all his lyrics, I know most of his songs, that the hooks, and I know the melody, so I could follow it from there. And then maybe that's why I was critiquing Bruno so much, because I didn't know the lyrics. That's probably it. Because if I knew the lyrics, I probably would have been singing like I was doing at the other concert. But because I didn't know the lyrics, just who I was going, they was a Bruno Mars fan. So I was just there. It was my ex, she loves Bruno Mars. So I just wanted to take her for a birthday. So we went for a birthday like last year or something like that afterwards. And that's another story. But yeah, so I took her, and she didn't really enjoy my commentating because I was commentating. Yes, and here comes Bruno Mars. He's about to go down to the stage. He's about to say, let me hear you say yeah, and sing. And I knew all of those things. For some reason, it was just elementary. I could tell when he was going to go into it. And I knew when he was going to climax, and I knew different songs that would segue into being a great follow-up to whatever he had just did. So that's what I was doing. But anyway, when I do know the songs, I find myself, I enjoy it. Like one album I could recite probably from back is Slick The Adventures of Slick Rick from front to back. I used to know that whole album. I used to love that album. He's one of the best when it comes to that. And so when I see him, when I see Rakim, when I see Big Daddy Kane, even though some of them are not great performers. Big Daddy Kane, great performer. Rakim, I haven't seen him perform a lot, but he's pretty, just reciting his rhymes. He's never been something of never been real entertaining, although I'm a fan of his. So he was entertaining to me. But he's never been, I don't like artists who just, when it comes to their entertainment, unless I like their songs and I can tolerate it. But I understand the difference. But anyway, I enjoyed it, just so that y'all know. You see me? All right. So segueing into what we're getting into. All right, this is Sean Bolden, Sean B. Straight Talk, Lisa Straight Understanding. I need y'all to subscribe to the YouTube page. Go to YouTube, type in Sean Bolden. You'll find me. You'll find this picture here. Let me see if I can show y'all the picture real quick. You will find this picture here. You will find one of these pictures on here. I can't find it right now, but you will find this picture of me. You'll find a picture of me, and I just ask y'all to go ahead and chime in and subscribe more than anything. True, what's going on? Happy belated birthday again, brother. True is definitely on. So I was just talking about Rod, not good stage presentation. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. And nothing against Rakim, because I'm a huge fan of Rakim, but I'll tell y'all a few people who don't have good stage presence to me. Nas don't have good stage presence. Jay-Z don't have good stage presence. Although Jay-Z and Nas both have added to their arsenal by adding different props and stuff. We said Rakim, and these are people who I'm fans of, by the way. But their stage presence just not something. I'll be sometimes, especially early on, I'd just be like, yo, give me the mic, man. And I hadn't rhymed for years. I was just doing promotions and stuff at the time when I saw a lot of them perform at Unity and places like that early on in their career. So they have gotten better, but they were just boring. They could spit. All of them. Nas spits. Jay-Z spits. Lyrically incredible. But as far as their stage presence, just wasn't there. And that I could be critical. No, I'm just realistic. It wasn't there. That's just what it is. Slick Rick, even though he didn't do a lot of stuff, he had swag and stage presence. Big Daddy Kane put on a show for you. Public Enemy, the energy is just there. I was on stage with PE. Oh man. KRS-One even. I was on stage with PE though in Europe. And they were older, like PE past 50 PE. And their energy was better than any MCs that I saw currently at the time. This might have been about 10 years ago. They were better, about 5 years. I don't know how long ago, but they were better energy-wise than any of the MCs that I knew of right there. Other than, let me see who, Buster, great energy. But for them to be over 50 and be able to do an hour and a half set with their voice, Chuck voice, yes, the rhythm, the rep, and yeah, boy, Flav, and incredible. The energy was incredible all the way through. I don't know, for those who aren't performers, let me tell you, to be able to do an hour and a half and maintain your voice strength, maintain your energy, it's like doing a 12-round fight. Woo, 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 woo. And being able to maintain that same energy all throughout, being able to maintain your stamina. It's a difficult thing. It takes a lot. So that's why I applaud those who can do it with that energy. If you come out and you got little props, I kind of do that at times because I have to get into a performance mode to be able to do it. When I was doing it, and I wasn't doing nowhere near an hour, I was just doing about 15 minutes or so. But I do a lot on stage. I'm the hype man. I'll dance, I'll run around, I get the crowd into it. That's what I do naturally. So I exert a lot of energy. So I'm beat afterwards, dripping in sweat. My voice, yeah, I'm losing my voice because it really takes a lot of vocal training to be able to do that. So, with that all said and done, let's get into some of these videos that I said I was going to share with y'all today. So, let's see if I can share this screen. Let's see if I can share some things. We're going to go and talk about, y'all want to do Gilly the Kid versus Rick Ross? Or do y'all want to do Bishop T.D. Jakes on today's women and the problem with today's women? I don't know which one. I'm feeling good, so maybe Gilly the Kid I should start with, and then simmer down. Now I'm in performance mode, so I'm gonna start with Gilly the Kid.
Listen, man.
All right.
I'm only gonna tell you this one time, bro.
Brother.
Hold
on, brother. Look, listen, man. Hold on. Let me get into it. All right. So, StreamYard. All right. This is Gilly the Kid and what he had to say about Rick Ross, which I found hilarious. You know, he's a comedian. You know, I think he knows his character. He, you know, from his eyes be bugging out. Look, man, I'm gonna tell y'all what I feel. And this time, his eyes be, look, man, let me tell y'all what I feel. And yo, Gilly is definitely entertaining. What's up, Harry-O? So I'm gonna start with Gilly and him talking about Rick Ross and how he felt about it, and then we're gonna speak on that because he made some good points, but he's hilarious just in what he does. All right, y'all, let's do it. Here we go.
Listen, man, I'm only gonna tell you this one time, Ross. You better stop fucking playing with me, man. You hear me? And mind your fucking business, man. Because you went on a nigga Instagram page commenting about me, calling me out my name, my nigga, for no motherfucking reason at all. This is how this shit started. So I'm gonna tell you again, man, leave me the fuck alone, man. I see your little funky ass video. I spend more money on my cow's hooves than you spend on your wife. You probably right, nigga. Because I ain't bought her, I caught her, nigga. She fuck with me because who I'm blessed to be, not because I bless her with a fee.
Wait, I gotta pause that. Did y'all hear what he just said? He said, "Cause, whoo, yo, Gilly is right there. Let me tell y'all something." He said, yo, although buying cows, I gotta say, great investment. Building or buying that land, great investment. But he said, yo, cause you bought her, I caught her. He gifted with his lyrics too, by the way, y'all. Gilly got some lyrical skills, not just the eye. He be, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you. But Gilly definitely got some lyrical skills. Gilly started out as a MC, and he was basically ripping through people. I think he ripped through all the Philly Cash, Jay-Z. He ripped through a few people, and he was writing for Wayne and all that. So yeah, he definitely got some lyrics, and he's spitting some stuff here. So I'm gonna let y'all finish hearing him spit real quick. But listen to Gilly the Kid as he going off on Rick Ross. I'm gonna rewind a little because I just want to hear that little bit once again. All right, Gilly, go ahead. Go.
You better leave me alone. And one thing about me, I'm not no hater. I salute you. Takes away from a heart attack, nigga. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm telling.
Wait. I done
missed got him in a 1914 slave deal. Harriet Tubman. And we ain't impressed. So mind your business.
Hey, I'm trying to.
Nigga. She fuck with me because who I'm blessed to be, not because I'm.
All right, here we go with the lyrics, y'all. Here we go.
I see your little funky ass video. I spend more money on my cow's hooves than you spend on your wife. You probably right, nigga. Because I ain't bought her, I caught her, nigga. She fuck with me because who I'm blessed to be, not because I bless her with a fee. But ain't you the nigga that shit? I put Molly all in that drink and she ain't even know it. Man. Goddamn Ricky Raper, bitch. Huh? Stop talking about money, man. Because money don't unlame a lame, nigga. There's a lot of sucker-ass niggas out here with money and you on the list. Matter of fact, you the captain of the Suckers with Money Association of America, nigga. And we ain't impressed. So mind your business. Because that's your problem. You're always minding niggas' business. You was minding Birdman business some years back when you was running around talking about, give Khaled the money you owe him. Well, you give Nick the money you owe him, nigga. Because you got him in a 1914 slave deal. A Harriet Tubman joint that he signed when he was 19 and now he's 35. I thought you said a boss is one that guarantee we gon' eat. Well, why you ain't renegotiating with a real nigga? Thank God he fucking with them white boys. He fucking around, be broke, busted, and disgusted fucking with you. He's a hell of a businessman, though. Salute to you, Meek. But stop talking about money, man. And stop pushing that Bel Air on niggas, because they don't drink that shit no more.
Man, so, as I was saying, Meek, Gilly went in on him, and it's hilarious to me. Because, let me tell you, he making some great points. And what he should have said, because he said, he's going to continue to say it. I'm going to let y'all hear it. But the way that Rick Ross is doing things. Okay, here. Let me let him finish, then I'll comment. All right, y'all. I'm sorry about that. Let me let Gilly finish what Gilly does. All right, Gilly, go ahead. You got the stage, my man.
I got the ice electric blue bottle, and I got the lime green bottle that float in the air like Aladdin's carpet. We don't give a fuck. We don't want it, man. Niggas don't drink that shit, man. And slow up on them goddamn lemon peppers because you're about a 6-piece away from a heart attack, nigga. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm telling you, this ain't what you want like Lil Durk first single, nigga. You better leave me alone. And one thing about me, I'm not no hater. I salute you. Your crib is immaculate, nigga. I'm talking about your crib is 1 of 1, nigga. Unbelievable. But the whole Atlanta know you live dead smack in the hood, nigga. Right off Old National. 2 blocks away from the blackest Walmart in the state. You ain't had a good night's sleep since you moved in that motherfucker. You know how them niggas in Atlanta breaking houses. You worried about them niggas jumping your wall every night, nigga. And I get that raggedy ass cow to Labor Day before them niggas hop the wall and steal that motherfucker. Be riding all that Old National. Beef ribs for the hood. Fuck is wrong with you, man? Leave me the fuck alone, man. I'm not the nigga that you want to play with, Ross. You hear me? Yeah, CEO / drug dealer kingpin. Remember, we was on the same record label together, Teflon. Remember that? When you used to go to work, you tell niggas to lock it in. Then you come home, you change your uniform, you put your hat on backwards, and then you go in the studio and be a drug dealer kingpin rapper.
Man.
Oh. Leave me the fuck alone, man. This ain't what you.
So, here's what it is. First off, Gilly, you missing your calling right now. Go on TV somewhere. I know you're working on it, and you need to work on it because your mannerisms, your eyes, that hilarious, bro, hilarious. I love it. Also, Rick Ross can actually make a good point for like young Gunna. I mean, for Gunna and whatchamacallit, what's his name? Young Thug. Because he definitely can attest to being able to write lyrics in a fantasy world. How he's the Teflon Don after coming from a CO job. So he got all his stories. He can let the whole world know that this is just what rappers do. So instead of sitting there beefing with Gilly, Rick Ross, you should be going ahead and telling the feds and all of the prosecutors that, no, look, this is just what they do. And I understand because I used to be with you. So if you used to be with them and you used to have the job as a CEO, correction officer, Rick Ross, it is your time to shine. You need to go down to the court in Atlanta. You're already out there. Go to Atlanta courts, go to the DA, go to the federal investigators and tell them, look, I can attest to just writing lyrics about things that you might have heard on the streets or things that you might have heard in passing that do not apply to your real life. I can attest to it. I was working in a correctional facility while I was writing about being a Teflon Don. So Gilly made a great point, and I'm saying, Gilly, instead of beef with him, you need to tell that man, go down to the DA, because she's about to try and do it with some other folks. Go down to DA and tell him, you cannot use person's lyrics against them. It's just they're talking about street stuff that they heard about, that they might have been familiar with because they're in those neighborhoods or they're in those cliques, and those cliques are not realistic. And so therefore, DA or or Your Honor, you should not be able to take these guys' reflection of what it is that they have been exposed to into the court system and hold it against them. It is just like a movie, like I did it myself. This should be Ricky Rose saying it to the people out there. All right, this is what you need to tell Ricky Rose. So anybody who know Rick Ross, go tell Rick Ross. What's up, mama? Go tell Rick Ross that he needs to go to the DA in Atlanta and say, yo, I was writing lyrics while I was a correctional officer. And my lyrics was talking about I was the biggest drug kingpin. I learned that from just who I was exposed to and what I grew up around. And they should not be held against you. That's what you should be doing. All right, so we're going to segue, y'all. What y'all think about that? Anybody want to join me? Just feel free. Just feel free. Did you sing with Force MC, sir? No, that was not me. King Yetta, you need to stop it. No, I did not sing with the Force MDs. If I could sing, I would not be on this live right now. I would be on stage, balling. Yeah. I would be out there just making it happen. I'd be making the girl love me. I'd be, yeah. No, I did not sing with the Force MC. If so, Barbara said, hey, no, it was not me. That is another person, not me. And now, no, so Barbara, it's not I. So anyway, so now I'm getting to the other video. So that was Gilly the Kid. And as y'all can see, Gilly is hilarious. So we're going to go into the second video. Now this video, we're going to get more serious with. We're going to get into, now I ain't no biggie, Kenyatta. We're going to get into a more serious topic. And this is, I'm real passionate about right now the places where our family structures and where the disconnect between men and women are in this day and age. Yep, I'm rapping, not singing, ma. But so I've been very passionate, been learning a lot, I've been studying a lot, and it's a topic that is very popular right now, especially in the Black community, because it seems like we're at war with each other, the Black woman versus the Black man. And I think it's been like that for some time, but it's at its height right now. It's really at its height. So TD Jakes spoke on it, and I'm using his clip because a lot of people speak on it, but I'm using his clip because this is a man that a lot of women, Christian women specifically, seem to respect. They seem to get a lot of affirmation and confirmations about what it is that he does. So I'm going to share a clip, and I want y'all to chime in and let me know what y'all feel about it, especially if I got some ladies on here. Chime in and let me know what y'all feel about this, because I want to have this discussion with y'all. My Instagram people, y'all won't be able to see it, but if you go to my YouTube channel, and subscribe. Go to YouTube, put in Sean Bolden and subscribe there. I got a little bit of followers. I'm trying to increase it. But go there, subscribe, and you'll be able to see the video that I'm doing and be able to see the clips that I'm actually playing. All right. So I'm about to play this clip of TD Jakes, y'all. So here we go. And y'all let me know what y'all think. And I really want some insight on what you feel, especially the ladies. I want a lady to join me on here after you hear this and let me know your thoughts. All right. So here we go. Bishop TD Jakes on this day and age woman.
This breaks all sociological orders of the culture we're living in now. Because we're raising up women to be men. And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you're climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families. I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house. But until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away. Oh, y'all ain't gonna talk back to me this morning.
All right. So, y'all heard it. If y'all didn't hear it, let me know. I will replay it. All right, I will replay it. No, we're gonna take them off now. I'll replay it if y'all didn't hear it. But if y'all did hear it, let me know what y'all think about this, because I'm really curious. I'm really curious to know. Me personally, like I said, there's a lot of value in what he's saying, because we are seeing an influx of women, whether it's consciously or not, being more manly. And I'm not saying being strong, because women were always strong, have always been strong. A lot of times they've been strong in places where they shouldn't have been. They've been strong by circumstance, not by choice. So I understand that. But with that being said, are you getting too strong, or are they? Is that masculinity? Because the way I've seen it is the masculinity is turning them into being a lot more incompassionate, and men are sometimes incompassionate. And I'm going through this right now. Yo, join me. If you can't join me, you don't even got to show your face. Anybody who want to join me, join me. Here's how you do it. You come online, and I'm talking Instagram or Facebook, either or. Join me, because I would love to hear your comments directly. Just send in the request, but you can turn off the camera, so you don't got to be on camera if that's something that concerns you. All you got to do is just join me, and then we can have this discussion. I got a few more minutes left. It's about 23 more minutes before I'm getting out of here. So join me if you like, so that we could discuss it. You said I'm going through this right now. I want to hear what you're going through. Any ladies, I want to hear what it is you feel about this. I want to have a discussion. Let's bring it to the table, because I want to learn as much as I want to be able to be helpful through the perspectives that I can share. But I don't know it all, and I would love to learn a lot. So join me. All right, in the meantime, let me finish my perspective of what I'm feeling. Right now, I'm all for having strong family units. And I feel like our family units are being destroyed because we don't trust each other anymore. And we have good reasons not to trust each other. Men have been on some nonsense, and now women are getting very much so on the same nonsense men have been on. It's kind of like, that's why I say we're raising men, because men were designed, and I don't want to go too deep into it, but men were designed to be removed from the family houses purposely. They were removed because they didn't want the men to be there to be able to protect the family. And that was our job, to protect the family. And I'm talking black men specifically, not men. Black men specifically was removed from the house. The welfare system and assistance from the government was built around ideal that you had to not have a man in your household in order to receive finances or aid from the government, which in return left a lot of women and a lot of men stranded outside because they couldn't have signs to be in the household, and a lot of women relying on the government and not relying on their men anymore. After it started out kind of like, you know how things start out, yo, I just need you to not be out here so we could get this money. And it becomes to the point where it starts that way, and then it starts becoming, well, get out. Well, all right, we got it. Get out. So we're about to have my guest on right now, and we're going to discuss it further on Instagram. So now you Facebook and YouTube people are not going to be able to see my guests, but you'll be able to hear us. So I'm waiting for you to accept the request. Come on in, accept the request. I accepted it. My son and I have had this conversation, and I can understand what he is saying. The welfare system hasn't helped. Thank you, Ma. And just so that you know, I'm blessed to have my mother to be able to still have conversations. Thank you for joining me today, Ma. Because we've had some, over the pandemic, we've had some tough conversations, but they were really conversations that that helped us a great deal, helped me a great deal, definitely. Um, and I believe that I've been blessed to be able to have these conversations, because I haven't been able to have these conversations with my father because he passed away when I was in my 20s. But being able to have these conversations with my mother really are helpful and have been helpful uh, on, from a lot of different standpoints. Tough, albeit at times, but well worth it as well. So thank you, Ma, for having the conversations with me, enduring through those conversations that were tough, and teaching me, because they were teaching moments for me. And thank you, Lord, for allowing my mother to still be here for me to be able to have those conversations. I'm trying to get you, Maurice, but for some reason, it's not working. I've invited you, and I saw that you asked to join a couple of times, so I don't know what's going down. You're unable to join, it says. But by all means, come on in. If you go out and come back in, you probably can join that way. So anyway, as I was saying, that's how the system kind of created it, created the ability for us not to have that structure, that family structure, grow stronger. And as it was growing strong, because we had no choice but to rely on each other and to trust each other, because it was, segregation had it us against them, and so on and so forth. In all communities, they became powerful while they were segregated. The Italian community, the Jewish community, the Asian community, the Arab community, they all became powerful by being segregated. And then all of a sudden, they weren't able to, we are the ones who just fell short. All right, you know what I might do, all right, Instagram. This is what I'm gonna do with Instagram. I'm gonna come off and I'm gonna come back on, because it seemingly everybody come out. There's only 3 people here, so come back on. I'm gonna get off so that I can have Maurice join me. All right, so Instagram. I'll be right back on chiming off Instagram. All right, and I'm gonna start it up again. All right, here we go. Let's go live again. All right, so pardon me, Facebook and YouTube. By the way, I need y'all to go to my YouTube page and sign up. All right, so hopefully we can get in and we have this last part of the conversation. I'm going to end out with a video of We Are the Boldens. I'm going to share that with you guys before we leave out of here. But in the meantime, I'm looking for Man Maurice to come in and share. All right, and share what he wanted to share about what he's going through right now, so we can speak on that. What's going on, Heather? Heather Malloy, what's going down? Sky Darling, what's going down? DJ Ja Blues, what's going down? Thank you for joining me. Ma, thank you for joining me. Heather, what's going on, Heather? Thank you, Queen. How you doing? Hey, I know we need to talk, Heather. I can't. We need to catch up. All's been going well. By the way, y'all, I found this new thing on my phone. It's not new, but it's new to me. It's a little button that I suggest everybody use every once in a while. It's a button called Do Not Disturb. Apple phones, all of them got it. I didn't even realize it. They all got it. It's a do not disturb. And man, it gives you such detachment and peace of mind to detach from your cellular phone for a while, which I think we all need. I'm suggesting it. I definitely have done it. Man, it was a refreshing, rejuvenating feeling. It was a rejuvenating thing. If y'all want to join me, chime on in. But yo, I just definitely use this feature, and I didn't even know it was on my phone. Well, I knew it kind of, but I didn't know where to find it. I finally found it. It's under focus. It's under focus on your phone. And when you go to focus, it'll say do not disturb up top. And man, is that something that is a beautiful thing. Do not disturb on your phone is a beautiful thing because we need to detach sometimes from these electronics. But anyway, I know I never had it off either, Ja Blues. I never even knew that man, try it one day. Try putting that do not disturb on. It's sleep mode is the same thing, but try it. It's a beautiful thing, y'all. If y'all don't know about it, I feel like I just discovered something. I discovered it. I took a break from the phone. Man, it's beautiful. You know, it's wonderful. It tells you who calls too, so you could call back after you feel you want to get back into. So you can call back, but it doesn't wake you up. It doesn't distract you. I've been reading a lot more because of it. I've been writing some because of it, man. But see, that's the whole thing, Heather. It's when you do it in sleep mode, right? That's because you want to go to sleep. I'm suggesting, this is just a suggestion, do it during the day. Trust me, it works. Do it during the day. Man, watch how amazing it is. When you turn off the phone, because people always want to grab and say they need you and want to talk to you and this, that. When you do it during the day, you don't realize how much anxiety having to return calls, answer calls, speak on calls can leave you feeling mentally exhausted if you don't pay attention. I had to pay attention. I found myself talking to people and I felt drained. I felt tired after getting off the phone. I was doing straight talks like this, y'all, privately. This is how straight talk came by. I've been doing them privately for years. Just straight talk privately. Hey, yeah. And I just listen and talk and listen and give suggestions and pour in. But I got to the point, I'm trying to find where I wrote it. Where did I write it? I said, I'm tired of talking to people who really ain't trying to hear me. Because really they just want you to say, I'm glad you put that in, Heather. They really want you to say facts when they're talking. They just want you, because what facts is, it ain't really facts. It's just you agree with whatever the person said. And they just want you to agree. All right, so Maurice, come on up. We can finish talking. But I was just talking about this new feature I had. But they want you to say facts. And when you don't say facts or you challenge what it is that they might be saying, man, the whole thing changes. The whole demeanor changes. At that point, they don't want to talk to you no more. At that point, they're on some old, well, why are you always challenging me? Why are you and you become the enemy at that point. And then it gets draining. So like I said, try it, y'all. Try it. I'm telling you, it's called Do Not Disturb. It's under focus. Go to your settings. If I had my iPhone right now, I would show it to you. Go to your settings and then go focus. And then under focus, it'll be right up top. Do not disturb. Just turn it on. What up, Doe? What up, Doe? Mo, what up?
What up with you, dog? What's up with you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. What's going down with you? I can't hear you. Uh-oh. Buffering. Hopefully you're going to come right back. All right, y'all. I got Mo getting ready to come on real quick. It took 47 years to get Ma. It might have took 50. Ma, it might have took 50. Yeah. Well, we can't say 47 or 50 because they didn't have iPhones up until maybe 20 years ago. But the point being is you're right. You're right. It took too long, Ma. You're exactly right. Ma, Heather saying, hey, in the comments, but it took too long. That's the point. But let me tell you, when you use that do not disturb, let me tell you, it's like going to a beach, and you sit up there and you just listen to the waves and the ocean, and you just sitting back, you playing your music, and you're like, no, you're more like that. They're gonna try and get me on, but it's just musical. It's intentional. It's beautiful, man. It is to die for. Can get a D&D for our lives too. What's a D&D, Heather? What's a D&D? I need to know what we need one. What's a D&D? Because I want it now. Now that you suggested it, I want it. I want to know what a D&D, because I know you on the same page I am. So whatever you're suggesting is gonna be a good suggestion right now. But that man, I've been doing it for like a week. You see, I ain't sweating. See how my skin is glistening. Do not disturb, man. You're right. You see how that do not disturb? I'm slow, Heather, because when you said it, I feel like an idiot because I should have just known that. I should have known that. But anyway, see, that's all that time that I didn't have the D&D. Let me tell y'all. I'm getting older, or I gotta start doing memory retention because, like I said earlier on in this conversation, you there, Mo?
Like I said, this skin is glistening.
Yeah, glitching. So what's up, man? So what are you going through right now? Man, I'm blessed, bro. I'm blessed.
Man, I had to dish the Wi-Fi. I had to go with my 5G. So yeah, I had to do that part.
I hear that. So you were saying that you going through the same scenario that TD Jakes was speaking about. Tell me about it. Let's talk about it.
Repeat yourself, please.
I said you said you was going through the same scenario that TD Jakes was speaking about. Tell us about it. Let's talk about it. With the women.
I don't know.
With the women.
Man, I'm everywhere, dude. I'm everywhere, bro. Like, I probably need to hear that shit again, like that.
You need to hear it again? All right.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. I'm gonna put it on.
This breaks all sociological orders of the culture we're living in now. Because we are raising up women to be men. And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you're climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families. I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house. But until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away.
So there we go. Now you see why I wanted a woman to join me.
I could identify with, we gotta move, and my wife has been like, you ain't making enough money. Like, she's saying that shit, like, and I'm willing to, like, all right, well then you take the, I'm just gonna steer. But you can take that. You want that lane? You can have it.
Man.
But I'm gonna steer you in the right direction.
And you know what's interesting about that? What I'm finding is that it's not a control. Sometimes it's a control thing, but what it really boils down to is that it's a trust thing. We are losing trust within one another, and so where we find where because she's finding trust and security in the amount of money that you make, perhaps she's losing trust and security in the man that you are.
Well, the funny thing is, I've been like floating the boat for 7, 8, 9 years. Like I've been floating the boat. Like now, it's like, nigga, we need to be like butt cheeks. Like come together. Like we need to do this, and it's weird.
Yeah, I agree. Hold on, I see somebody typing in. That's you, Heather, saying I'm an independent woman with my femininity on full display. I do need a man. Heather, come in here. Don't type all that so I gotta read it. Come in here, Heather. Now let me tell you, Heather, if you don't want to be seen on screen, all you got to do is turn off your camera, but join us. I'm gonna ask you to join us because you have a very valid point, and I want that point to be heard.
I'm on the West Coast. I don't know where you at, Sean D, but I'm on the West.
I'm on the West. Heather's on the East.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Heather. Ladies and gentlemen. We have Heather Malloy in the building. Now we speaking about you. Did you hear that? What TD Jakes was saying?
I did hear that. That's why I responded, because there's such a misconception about strong, independent women and what we want, don't want, because I'm a strong, independent woman and I appreciate men. I am not a man. I don't want to be a man. I want my man to be the man. And I don't have a problem with the money. I'm past the point of money. I realize that I make more money than most men I date, Sean. You know that, like in the world that we work in. But that doesn't bother me. It's about the effort, to be honest with you. And I think at some level in a relationship, you have to think about the reciprocity and what you're willing to give and what you expect back. Now, I had a conversation with a gentleman who told me not to have unrealistic expectations.
Goals, unrealistic goals. I got you.
Wait, now let me ask you. That gentleman who asked you that, what did he describe as unrealistic expectations?
He was a real asshole, but
wait. Now you can speak how you want. This is straight talk. But why do you? But I want to ask you this. Why do you say that?
Only because his reasoning for saying it was to. This is the problem I have with a lot of men. They are assuming that we as strong Black women or strong women, independent women, whatever you want to call it, high quality, whatever they're using now, that we automatically have this air about us that we don't want a man or blah, 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 this and that. That's not the truth.
Wait. In fairness, go ahead.
He said it as a dig, like he was really trying to like dig at me, like, yeah, you by yourself, you got this and that, but you by yourself because you type of women like you, type of women like me.
Well,
we either have to share a quality man if we want a good relationship. That's why most of us are single, or we have to share a man. Or, it's that independent thing. He said that when I come here, you bought a house, you got a car, you got this, what you want me to do? And I think that they misconceive the addition of love or a partner. It's not always materialistic.
Wait. In fairness, now let's be serious. Most women do not think like you. Let's start there.
That's so unfair. I think it's not true. He told me the same thing.
Heather, I know a lot. I know a lot of women. You know a lot of women. Are you trying to tell me that they think like you? Really? That they have that same? You haven't had conversations with your girlfriends who tell you opposite that? Who tell you, yo, that nigga need to have money? Who tell you, yo, that nigga need to have the D?
Yes, he does have to, because everything costs money. Let's be
What-
honest.
woo.
That's not the only thing. That's not the only thing, though.
But the whole thing is, it's not. You let me see where the misconception comes from. You're right. It's not the only thing, but it is one of the most prioritized things in a woman's mind in this day and age.
That's not true.
Well, wait. You
Because you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I got a lot of. I can really dispel that, because what a lot of men don't know is most of the women, like myself and other women who probably don't make as much as I do or whatever my profession, but they still breadwinners. You know what I'm saying? We will take a broke down, busted, and disgusted ass dude and build him up. Not just on a money tip.
wait. Heather. First off, but
and sometimes the wrong man, because I done spent
Wait.
a lot of time and money with the wrong dude.
but see, that's the whole thing. That's the problem right there. Go ahead.
What?
The problem is you invest that time and energy into the wrong people, and then when the right people who you don't identify come along, you don't recognize them.
Zombie, that's not her fault though. Like, you don't know what you get. You don't know what you get.
Right. It's like you get it, and then they change a lot. They change up a lot.
Let-
But the core of it, Maurice. Okay, so his situation. Oh, I'm sorry. He said that she didn't want to. The money situation is an issue. I get that though. You know what I'm saying? Because everything costs money in this day and age, and the older we're getting, you have to make wise decisions.
I'm not spending. It's like I pay 90% of the rent right now. And now we gotta move, and she like, you don't got no money. Like, damn, I've been doing this shit for like 5 years at this place.
How long have you been feeling like? See, I always feel like there's a point where things go awry, whether you realize it's a loud boom or a silent fart. Something happened. It didn't just get to this, right?
No, something happened.
Uh-oh.
Shit happened. It's like regular life, blinking and breathing, like regular shit. Like it just happens.
Well, you know what's. Go ahead.
What happened with you and her? Because at some point, you've been with her for a long time. I'm not saying specifically, you ain't gotta say your business, but in relationship, things happen, right?
Yeah, shit happens. Shit. I graduated in '93. Got with her with '94, and it's been all since then. Like, wow.
That's a long time.
That's a real.
Long time. That's a long time to tolerate it, and I feel bad because, like,
Of course.
say it again.
Do you believe that it's run its course? Like, do you think that's a thing, Sean? Like, you guys feel like that's a thing when you've been with somebody for a certain amount of time? It's run its course, and maybe now it's time to is up.
I think it's a thing for certain people. People who do not want to really. I don't know. To me, I find it a thing in people who show selfish tendencies and start thinking about themselves and start thinking, yo, I just want to have more fun. I just want to do this. I. And it goes with both genders. It's not women or men, because they both have been guilty of it. But when they start speaking about selfish ways, oh, I want to go out and get more, meet more people. That's what happens. And selfishness does not have a place in a good, strong relationship.
It does, though.
Okay.
Because you have
I agree.
A good, strong relationship.
No.
Let me tell you, that's another misconception, because when you are selfish, it's a way that it's not what you do. I believe it's how you do what you do. Right?
Okay.
And so the level of selfishness, though, like, should be that I love myself enough. For me, I pay attention to time, right? And this is some weird shit that I do. I give them like 3 months, the 90-day rule, but not like 90 days. I'm just supposed to see. In my head, I'm calculating.
What is that? What is the 90 days?
Some Steve Harvey bullshit. No.
No, not that. It's basically for me to decide, am I progressing or am I wasting time? That's what I decide, not whether or not I'm gonna sleep with him, because I'll sleep with him on the first 4 hours if I feel like it, the first 40 minutes. But you know, Sean. but I think about quality time and the quantity of time, and I'm really calculated with that because time is the one thing that you cannot give back to someone when you waste it.
Wait. This is my issue.
Somebody for 3 months.
He's speaking truth.
But this.
With somebody for 3 months, you've seen enough of them and know enough if that's something you want to continue dealing with for the duration. And then if at that point they got too many no's on that list.
But see, there's a couple of things that you touched on that I'm gonna get on. One, you said if in fact you're talking, you said 90-day rule. In that scenario, we're beyond 90 days. Has nothing to do with 90 days. It's about now you're getting selfish because you're bored, maybe you're getting bothered by personality clashes or whatever the case may be. It has nothing to do with deciding whether you want to be with that person. You've already decided that.
It does, because you can change your mind. Let me tell you, after 10 years with the person, and you like, so it's either gonna get better or worse or stay the same, right?
Or stay the same, right?
Right. So you are the person who has to decide, am I going to continue with, it's your decision. So you do have to be a little selfish, because if you're not selfish enough to think about what's best for you, because if you in a relationship with somebody that you really don't want to be in a relationship with, it's going to show in one way or another, whether you verbalize it, your actions. So be selfish enough to make yourself the choice to say, I love myself enough not to continue with this mess or dysfunction or misery, and not take him or her through it, because that's even worse.
That's tough.
Well, can I say this? First off, selfishness is not we have to define or differentiate selfishness versus loving yourself. There's two different things. You can love yourself and not be selfish. Mm-hmm. Loving yourself does not mean that you're not being considerate to others, which is the core of being selfish. Not being considerate. And when you're not considerate to others, that's when you fail in relationships, because you're only thinking about what you consider and what is valuable to you and not what's valuable to the person that you're involved with. So you can you can love yourself and not be inconsiderate. The selfishness that I'm referring to is you're right, but that's the slope that life gives you. And you can slip on that part of the slope, or you can slip on going to chase something else on that part of the slope. It's sloping regardless.
That's a part of being in a relationship. That's the risk you take. Being in love and in a relationship, it's a slippery slope.
For years, you tolerate some shit.
Absolutely, but that's part of what you sign up for. If you don't want to,
patient, love is kind,
right?
So that's a part of it.
That's part of what you sign up for. So my point to what I was getting at when y'all spoke about, do you change your mind? And yeah, you do change. Love is not always a happy, go lucky scenario. And if you don't anticipate that, when it doesn't take those feelings and those feelings aren't butterflies, and those feelings aren't, or peaches and cream, you start feeling resentment, and that resentment starts building into bitterness, and that bitterness destroys any relationship.
So how you stop all of that and be preventive? See, I'm very proactive.
Okay, let me answer. Let me answer. How do you go ahead? What's my my answer is how do you not do that? You intentionally try not to. You intentionally think about the good things. Remember the qualities that made you get with that person. Remember those.
Now 9 years in, it's the bad is outweighing the good. I'm sick of this clown now. It's too many no's on the list now. In the beginning, he had like 1, 2, 3, 4 no's, and it was like 17 guesses. Now that shit done flipped. He get on my nerves. His feet stink. He done gained weight.
Wait. He got
like it's too much.
well. He got on your nerves.
He gotta work. Listen, it's too much.
Well, then what? Well, the whole thing is, you're right. That's what having relationships are. Through thick and thin, better or worse, that's what relationships are built on. If you ain't built for that, then be honest enough to say, I'm not built for that.
But you could be built for it, and the person changes, or you just change your mind.
So then you're not built for it.
That's not true.
Okay.
I could be in a relationship with someone and then change how I feel, or change how he feel, and we decide.
Let me give you an extreme example.
Man, I feel like it's the first couple of years you need to feel that shit out. After that, if you go by the past 3-4 years, you're done. Like, that's it. Like, you need to make that decision early, where nobody catching feelings like that. Because, like, yeah, high school, you had a girlfriend, we break up.
I'm in love, and the first 10 days, I already caught feelings. Now, too late. I love you. I'm in love, and we go together. Now what? 10 days in. 10 days in. Now what?
Okay. First off, let me.
You in there for the long haul.
First off, let me share something with y'all. Love and lust are two different things. Only time that usually happens is when you got dick down or you got some good snatch, and then all of a sudden your feelings start changing. Unless we need to be real about that. Well, I mean, but here's what it is. When you fall in lust, it's fine if you recognize it as such. If you honest about it, and you just know, I just like the sex. Let that be known.
Sometimes the sex is get married. Let's cut the shit. People stay for sex, and they be lying, saying, "I married her because he was a good man, she was a good woman." No, you married her because the sex was fucking amazing, and you was trying to.
And guess what?
After the sex is not a factor, it's a wow factor anymore. Now you married to an individual, you with someone that don't give you anything else.
Let me tell you the root of all breakups and relationships.
What's the keeper?
Who's the keeper? Well, I tell you what a keeper is for me, and it's the root of all breakups and relationships. The root of. I'm gonna tell you the keeper. It's real simple. The keeper is real simple. And you just mentioned it, Heather. You just mentioned it. You know what the keeper is? Somebody who's honest. When you start lying about.
When you start doing that shit, and then you gotta lie on top of a lie on top of a lie, and then you get mixed up, you fucked up.
Wait. No. But Heather, no, we love to have sex with those lying assholes. And we ain't lying about that.
I don't know if that shit flies.
And the whole thing is, once we start lying and saying that it's more than just sex, that's when it goes into the wrong place. I'd rather call you and be like, yo, huh? But guess what? What did TDJ just say? Wait, no. Women. No, wait, no. That was in your day and age. This generation, they're doing it very, very clearly. That's what they're designed to do.
I just want to ask how old are you? Because I'm in my 40s. I'm 47.
And Sean is my older brother. We born on the same day. So
yeah.
We Geminis up in here. That went over to me. But
that's right.
You know what's crazy is that you got a point there in a sense, but I think that the substance I've noticed for me, a lot of men don't like my honesty because it's very brutal. But I'm not rude. I'm not brash. But I think that, and women too, some women can't take the honesty too, like, oh, that's too. I can't do no lying.
Well, Heather, that's how you identify.
I'm too proud of who I am. That's right, Mo. I'm too proud of the woman I am. About who I am. So it's like you gotta be this tall to ride this ride. If you get on this ride, you ain't responsible for what happens. You get on this ride. That's it. Now have fun and don't ask me. Welcome to my work.
But see, Heather, this is the issue. This is the issue. When you find those men who can't take your honesty, that's because they're not being honest with themselves, and it gives you a clear indication of who not to deal with. Right.
That's a non-keeper mode, he said. That's a non-keeper.
Right. You leave that person alone.
So you saying be honest, like completely?
Hell yeah. Honesty, the only reason when you ain't honest, well, that's because the only reason you ain't honest is because you scared. You scared for it to be damaged. Don't be scared of nothing.
I'm not.
I
told her, and she's just like, I didn't know you were doing this. You like, you got so many abortions in the past, like crazy shit.
Man. And you know what though? You can't be honest after you done lied a lot unless they're ready for it. Unless they're ready for it. They got to ask you for that honesty at that point. If they ain't asking you, keep it going. For real. Because, yo, that and the other thing is honesty ain't the only thing. Here comes the other word that a lot of people don't like hearing that goes right along with honesty. Transparency. Yeah. Woo.
That's a jewel.
Woo. That now, if you could be honest and transparent. Now, somebody said honest people don't come a dime a dozen. No, honest and transparent people don't come a dime a penny. Never mind a dozen. Then guess what? They're not honest. And they are the ones to run away from. You know, it's like, yo, I remember when back in the day when I was with one of my exes and I said, yo, all right, you know what? We're going to start something. You can ask me whatever you want. All I ask you to do is be prepared for whatever answer I give you. Okay, I'm prepared. They asked me the question. I told them the answer. They flipped out. That's why you can't. That's why we're not together. Because you wasn't honest enough to say, I can't handle that. I was watching The Godfather today, right? And Michael Corleone, the brother-in-law, he was like, "Yo, you're not gonna kill me, are you?" And he was like, "Nah, I wouldn't kill you. I just became the godfather to your son, and you're my. I wouldn't want to leave my godson orphan." And guess what? He was honest. He didn't kill him. Somebody else did. He just wasn't transparent. He was honest, but he was not transparent.
Okay, so transparency. So what? See, this is my thing. I think a lot of people, you have to be careful about dishing out what you give honestly and transparently to certain people because everyone can't handle the truth. Okay, everybody cannot handle the truth, nor does everyone see the truth in the same way because everybody got their own truth.
Woo.
I hear a lot of people. I'm living in my truth. I just be like, what is the truth?
But see, again, we're speaking from the same space, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't speak from that place. They don't.
And a lot of people don't accept people who speak from that place. I have I could count on one hand the number of real friends that I have that are women who can accept that level of honesty from me and I from them. So I know based on the associates that I have who cannot accept that level of honesty from me, why they in raggedy ass relationships with raggedy ass men. I get it because I can see from both sides because they like the men who will accept the falsities and the shiny wrapper and the nice glow on the outside, but the truth of the matter is most of them are miserable.
But you got to realize, let's go even further. Let's go deeper into that. They're not honest about themselves. I bet you they spend like 2 or 3 hours in the mirror every morning getting made up.
Or even worse, 0 time getting made up.
No, wait. If they find me the woman who's
because you got these ones that they don't give a lot into the look of what because they feel like they've already like I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Well then
but it's a mindset.
Well then guess what? If that's the case, they might not spend their time in the mirror. They spend their time in the shopping center.
Shopping center or the kitchen eating or cooking or or gambling. They gambling, they get these big windfalls, they come home and they buy their man nice gifts and all that until the money run out. Now they hate each other again. And then they back me up. It's a lot of see that's about wasted relationships because you end up accepting shit in the beginning. That's that's cute. He fart, it's cute. And then
love gets in right there, right? Or no?
Yeah,
love gets in right there.
What was that?
Stigmatized. That's not love. You stigmatized, so you accepted anything right now. Then 6 months in, that shit start aggravating you, and you like, hey yo, this nigga parts make me want to kill myself. And so, you felt like that in the beginning when he farted the first time. You just didn't say nothing.
Right.
You know, it was stigmatized. It was cute. It was cute.
But
and that's just an example of something small that we usually ignore in it, and later on down the line, you knew you didn't like it at the beginning, but you was stigmatized, and then I'm speaking for me, because everybody else going to keep it real on here.
There you go. No, but the beauty of it is that I wish there were a lot more women. All you're doing is being honest. That's why you're a good woman. A good man is an honest man.
Where the fuck he at, Sean?
Well, yo, let me say this. Wait. First off, First off, let me get on a minute. I didn't say there's a lot of them. There's a lot of bullshit men, just like there's a lot of bullshit women. There's a lot of men who lie just for the sake of lying, don't care what they lying about, just wake up in the morning to lie, and just continue to lie.
Like,
Yeah.
And then it's just, and then you forget. Like after that, like, shit, I don't. What did I say? Like,
For real. So I'm not saying that it runs rampant. I just like I can't say. I'll ask you the same question. Where are all honest women?
They in my crew. They don't be on Instagram. I'm the youngest and I'm
Wait. Where are they in your crew? All right. Well, they need to come on Instagram because I feel a lie. Man,
special woman. I gotta find. I can't.
I tell you, I can't like some of my homegirls be asking me to hook them up with somebody. I can't do it because I already know that even though they got good qualities, they got some bullshit that come along with them.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to.
There's something you can tolerate and there's something they can't.
Mo, I'ma admit it though. I know I come with some bullshit. I do. I know for a fact I'm a Gemini. I come with some bullshit. I know it.
You about that smoke, baby. You look like you about that smoke.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm from the brick city. So, but
That's right.
it's that you know what, Mom is right. The older we get, we realize that the Cinderella story is just that. It's a story. It's not the truth. Mom.
Woo-wee! Ma spitting jewels.
Okay, that's the jewel right there. And that was the part I'll never forget. My father told me. My mother was like, when she was dating my father, he was an OG. He was all rough and tough and stuff. And he used to be like, she used to be whining and, baby, I want this. He said, stop living in a love song. And when he said that to her, she told me that, like, one day I was gaga over this clown. She said, Heather, stop living in a love song. And that is so real because that's not the reality of how things really play out in life.
It's a blinder.
It's a song.
It blinds you. But shit.
Yeah.
Man.
It's a blinder.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, well, y'all ain't the only ones who live in fairy tale. I got a rhyme about men who live in fairy tale. You want to hear it? Here it goes. Everybody want to be a killer. See a movie of the mob and they want to be the Don, but yo, you're just a pawn in this sea of madness. Think you're swimming in dough, but only drowning in the sadness. So y'all ain't the only ones in the fairy tale land. Everybody think they're gangster, and then they get and start snitching. They get to start snitching, and they get to start not having loyalty and not living nothing gangster about them, except the memory of the movie. They saw Scarface and did and trying. You want to meet my little friend, and they playing that fairy tale.
Just now you snorted.
For real.
She snorted.
I did.
Yo.
I told you I got some shit with me. I'm about to rip off this little piece of makeup on my eye. Everything is.
Yo.
That's what's up.
So the fairy tale goes on both ends. The fairy tale of the tough guy, because the real tough people they're telling you, yo, I ain't trying to be tough.
Right.
I'll defend mine, but I ain't trying. I ain't sitting there out there, yo, yeah, blah blah blah. Nah, I've been to jail. I ain't trying to go back.
That's
That's
the same
facts.
thing with love.
I've been in LA County, nigga. That is not a place you want to be.
Right.
Mo, you're not going back there.
Right.
It's the same thing with love. It's the same thing with love. All the people who talk the loudest and scream, I'm every woman, I'm the best man, I'm a high quality man. Whoever, like, let's stop that. Everybody is high quality. Let's just stop that. You whatever quality you want to be, that's what it is. Who gets to label you? That's a whole nother conversation. But I think that what happens sometimes in love and relationships, we have to realize that people grow, people change mentally, and that's the part. No shade that you don't get to see.
Woo.
So somebody could gain 100 pounds or lose 50, but it's in that mindset. If that hasn't changed, if nothing has evolved up here, then it doesn't matter how much you know what I'm saying, how much you grow, how old you get, how young you. It's in the mindset, and you have to decide in your mind what you want and what you are willing to give.
Woo.
That's the thing. people be like knowing what they want, but they gotta realize what they're willing to give, because everything is about reciprocity.
That
you gotta give and get. And I'm gonna say this, and y'all gonna look at me cross-eyed, but I don't care. The next man that I get, I want him to love me more than I love him.
Damn.
Go ahead, say something, Sean. I know.
Drop the mic.
well, here's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be subjected to that. It's you only are saying that because you've loved some bullshit people, and so therefore you don't want to do that again.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you find somebody who loves, who, like you said, you know the word. But anyway, reciprocity. Okay, I couldn't get it out my mouth. If you are receiving or they're reciprocating what it is that you're giving, you don't mind giving it. So it's not about somebody loving you more than right. It's not about somebody loving you more than you love them. Somebody who.
That's a politically correct way to say it, like my big responsible brother that you are. Let me tell you something, Mo. Let me be transparent and honest. I want him to love me more than I love him, and I want to feel it.
Woo!
I want to wake up annoyed by his love and adoration.
But
Wow.
Heather, that's a contradiction. You're gonna wind up resenting the man.
I want to be annoyed that he loved me so much.
That sounds just backwards, Heather.
It does, but I can tell you how many women won't tell the truth about it, but that's how they feel.
But
get that. Wait a minute, let me show you something. Know why I know it? Because I did it to a man.
Guess.
I loved him so much, it annoyed him. He couldn't even take damn you, and he said he was honest. You too good for me. I know, because that's how you love the hell out of people, and their true intentions come out, right? So I want to be annoyed enough to know, like, this man loved me so much, he annoys me. I know that. That's my telltale sign. Because if you could get under my skin.
So then that brings up another topic. That brings up another topic. Like, can your woman be more than you? Like, as far as financially, like, shit like that. Like,
absolutely.
It sounds like you're independent. You're really independent. You sound like it. I don't know if you're committed or not, but
no, she said she's single. You ain't hear that part?
Okay, she's single. Yeah, I heard it. Sorry, Zombie. So is that an issue with y'all? Like, do you guys feel like? Because sometimes you gotta let a man be a man, even though he ain't making that money. Sometimes you gotta let a man be a man.
I don't care how much money he make. He can make. I told you, and I don't know if you heard me say this. I work in the industry with Sean, and I make more money than most men. I would rather date, because I don't date industry men. So most of the time, I date men that don't make as much money as I do. That's okay, because it's not about the money for me. It's about how I feel.
Is it about the hustle? Is it about the hustle? Like, as long as you trying to get it?
Yes, that's what I said. You don't gotta do what I do. Match my effort. If you match my effort, you trying. Plus, I'm not a man, so I don't know what men support. I can't tell you how to be a man. I just know you should be doing what I'm doing because I'm a woman. I know what a man looks like.
That segues.
My father was a good man, and he showed me the love, what a man should be. And so
this conversation is teaching me a lot. This conversation is teaching me a lot.
And that said,
the opposite type of daddy issues where I refuse to date a man that I'm not going to be serious with a man I can't trust to lead me. I would love to submit to a man that I can trust to lead me, that don't have nothing to do with how much money he makes. It's about how his thought process is, his relationship with his creator, and how he respects his mama, his sister, and the other women he had in his life before me. That's what's important to me. I pay attention to things like that because you got to watch people's patterns. You know what I'm saying? So money, because he could have $1 million a day to make. I was rich young, so money don't matter to me.
Yeah, but he could be an asshole from another earth. Like,
exactly.
Yo.
He could be broke.
I get that.
Yeah, Mike Tyson said.
Broke and be the best
Right. Mike Tyson said it. Mike Tyson said it very well. He said, "I know a lot of great men who are horrible people."
Right.
Mm.
That's true.
Let that shit just settle right quick like that.
Yeah.
It's true. And I'm a
Let that shit
publicist.
settle.
Hey Mo, I'm a publicist. So Sean, you know we know a lot of great people.
Right.
I carry secrets. I've been in this industry for almost 3 decades, carrying the secrets of some of the greatest people you see in the spotlight. And I know that they human too. And some of they bullshit is like inhumane shit. You be like, did they really? Did they really? But
Yeah.
it's true. And sometimes, like, power's a drug, money's a drug. But I think a lot of times those people, I can see the inside of them. They have a gaping hole inside somewhere. So no matter what you throw at it, and in a relationship, if you're dealing with somebody that is not totally pleased with themselves, no matter what, if they ain't happy with themselves, ain't nothing you do gonna make them fucking happy.
Right.
Woo. You know, opened up a whole lot of worms there.
I don't want to go the N-word, but nigga, that's it.
It's true. I
Yeah.
learned the hard way.
Like the lesson is true. That's truth.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean,
If
but
they can't identify happy nowhere before you get there, when you bring happy, they won't be able to identify it either.
well, that's interesting you say that, because you said earlier today, or a second ago, that you recognize from your father what a good man is. So that is a lot of the challenge with a lot of women that I come across, as well as a lot of men, not being able to recognize what a good man or woman is, because we have our different definitions of those things. And before I go on, let me read some of my mother comments, because I see most people in their 20s are not ready for a relationship. People are more ready in their 30s or older. That's interesting, Ma, because I don't entirely agree with that. You're ready when you're maturing. You're ready when you are able to take on the responsibility that comes with a relationship. And you're right to the point that a lot of people at those ages are not ready. Yeah, but it does. But
my best friend just had his first baby. He's 46.
Right. And to the point that I'm making is, it's not about the age that makes you ready. It's about the mental capacity to take on a responsibility of the relationship that makes you ready or not. Because there's a lot of old people who still are not ready for a relationship after their 30s, after their 40s, 50s, and 60s, even not ready for a relationship because their mental capacity or maturity is not in a place to respond to a relationship well. So,
You know, we call those people old fools.
and there's a lot of old fools.
Yeah.
Most men feel that in their 20s, say that baby is not mine, and by their 30s are ready to claim that child. That's a good point.
That's the truth.
But then, and it leads to what I just said. A lot of men are not mature enough to take on the responsibilities. Yeah, because a lot of men at those ages is just chasing that dick. Period.
That's true.
And you know, and unfortunately, like especially my mother generation, they just got out the house to start chasing. But they were also told and trained that they needed to get married if they got somebody pregnant.
Yeah.
So they didn't even realize they didn't learn how to chase their dick without getting somebody pregnant. One, and two, they were taught that once they got somebody pregnant, they had to stop chasing their dick and take care of the baby, and they wasn't ready for it. So it's an unfortunate.
So I have a question, Mo.
Yes.
At what point do you say, is there a time number in years? Like, I've been with this person 10 years, I've been with them 20 years. Where's the mark where you say, I'm staying because it's too many years in, or I'm leaving because it's too many years in? Is there a place?
Once you get invested, to me, like we trying to buy a house, and we've been together for some amount of years. I think, and if I had another chance, I would be like, don't get comfortable. Because if you get comfortable, then you're like, we're just gonna roll with the punches, like whatever it is. And I say for her too. Like, don't get comfortable. But I think niggas got comfortable, and it was just like, we're doing this. I can't go back home. You can't. And it was just like it was basically like we was fending for ourselves. And sometimes like that's like the unity. Like, okay,
right.
We gotta get together, nigga, and we gotta do this shit, or we're gonna be on the streets, or yada yada yada. But it was the unity from pressure that made it like. So
you brought up some very valid points. One, the get comfortable, and two, the pressure. For one, pressure is what needs to be gauged and what needs to be monitored very closely, because not everybody knows how to deal with pressure, one, and two, a lot of people take it on themselves trying to deal with the pressure by themselves, even when they're in a relationship, not allowing both of you guys to come together to deal with the pressure together. You're trying to figure out how to deal with the pressure, or they're trying to figure out how to deal with the pressure, and it's clashing a lot because you kind of get isolated trying to figure it out by yourself instead of trying to come together and figuring it out. One. And the second thing that you said, I forgot. Look at that.
I said pressure and comfortable.
Oh, comfortable. Now, again, being comfortable is a matter of, because you should have comfort with each other to be able to work with each other, to be able to identify where you're falling short and coming together on strengthening those places. But unfortunately, it's not about the comfort per se. It's about the communication lack. You know, you start getting like, you know that person, so you know what they're gonna say, and you're not even speaking to them about what it is they feel or where it is they are. Because, like Heather said earlier, often we grow, and if we're not communicating, we will miss that growth. We will miss. You can miss what happened yesterday. Like your girl mind could change from yesterday to today, and you could miss it if you ain't communicating.
Yeah, if you ain't paying attention, yeah, definitely.
So yeah.
Or in your defense, Mo, you could misinterpret a mind change because she didn't communicate her mind change. So you don't know. You only going based off of what you've been doing. And one day she just up and changed her mind. You didn't know that, but her actions start being different, and you're like, "Yo, what's good?" Last month she changed her mind. She just didn't tell you about it.
That's where that word transparency comes in. Because if she was transparent, saying, "Yo, I'm feeling a certain kind of way because of a certain kind of thing."
Yeah, because it shouldn't blow up into an argument. Like, I feel like a lot of shit. It's like we've been holding shit in, and then all that shit come out. That's not good.
Not good at all. The person has to decide for themselves. I was in my 20s when I decided I had 2 children to keep care of. My mother said, "You're right, Ma." We had this discussion. My mother and I had this discussion, and she was more mature and ready than my father was. Live. Okay, well, that live ended. I wasn't paying attention, but I'm glad that y'all stayed on with us. Thank you. And I'm about to end this down here, and I'm gonna end with this, y'all. I'm gonna share this video like I said I would. We Are the Boldens, and I'm gonna end it down here with that. All right. Enjoy. Heavenly Father, be with us.
What's going on?
Continue
I'm
to guide
Sean.
us.
What's the deal?
And we are
The Boldens.
Well, it's official, the original is back.
Them West Coast Brooklyn boys who don't know how to act. Walk up in the party, make the people clap, clap.
When did you guys get signed? How old were you?
When we got signed?
We got signed.
Like 17.
Nah, because I mean.
No, you was.
Well, let's think this. When we were signed through the single deal, but it was a single deal through Vendetta / McCullough. Yeah. Now that transitioned into us getting an opportunity to do Mad World.
I'll put it to you this way: we were signed. I know this. We were signed. We got signed. I was
87, 86.
No, like
the album
86.
came out in we did the album, you recorded the album 87, came out 88.
Like you got signed in like 86, so in 86 I was 18, he was 15.
Yeah.
And we did our first album.
You just telling our age.
In what, 86?
We did our first album and we did it in 87. I was in high school. You was doing it predominantly, and now I graduated in 88. And the album came out in 88.
So you graduated in 88, so that means we did it either early 88 and early 1987. And let me tell you, for all 783 fans, let me explain something to you about the 783 album. Because this is something that no one knows, but I can remember my brother was still in high school. We got the deal. By this time, I had found Muggs. Shout out Cypress Hill, my brother from another mother. I found Muggs, and me and Muggs went to Philly, and I can remember being on the plane and flying into Philly, and to all you hip-hop people who understand singles and all this, because back in those days you had to make an album, it had to be a complete form of work. I got off the plane in Philadelphia. Joe the Butcher doesn't know this, Chris Schwartz doesn't know this, Jeff Fester doesn't know this, Mio Viskovic doesn't know this, but I got off the plane in Philadelphia with 16 bars for the 783 album. I had no songs written, nothing. I went and got the deal, and everything was cool. And to all you people who enjoy the album, I want you to know that I'm glad you enjoy the album. That whole album was written in 30 days. I wrote though, because I never forget it, because I can remember being on the plane, and I remember looking at Muggs, and we're sitting on the plane, and we're flying to Philadelphia. Shout out Schoolie D,
4.
Fresh Prince, Studio 4, Fresh Prince, Jazzy Jeff.
No, Jazzy.
Ron G. I'm trying to think of the names.
Tap
Money,
and Cash Money.
And Cash Money. A lot of and a shout out to Philly, because all the brothers in Philly at that time really took us under their wing and really gave us a lot of love. So a big shout out to Philadelphia. But I got off the plane in Philadelphia on my way to Studio 4 to meet Joe the Butcher, and all I had was 16 bars. And the city of Philadelphia, we're from Brooklyn, New York, but I can say our first album, we worked with different artists, but really the city of Philadelphia embraced us and took us in and really showed us the road. And shout out to Joe the Butcher, definitely shout out to Chris Schwartz, because without them, it would have never happened.
Well, I mean, and also we shouted them out before, but we gotta say shout out to Jeff and Mio.
Oh, definitely.
They're the ones who
put the deal together.
Who put the deal together and gave us the opportunity. And like I said, it went from the single, transitioned into getting on the color soundtrack with Mad World. Then Mad World prompted Geffen to offer us a single deal, which was
I don't know. Wait, hold on. I don't know if that prompted them or the fact that Jeff Finster was behind it.
Yeah,
that prompted them.
And Jeff Finster having to work with Geffen.
Shout out to Jeff. Yeah. Jeff was about it.
Yeah. All right, y'all. That was We Are the Bold and. All right, I'm getting ready to be out of here. And as I was saying, Heavenly Father, we come to you today to give you the honor and praise that you so rightfully deserve. We thank you for your blessings. We thank you for your guidance. We thank you for your input in our lives. Forgive us for any times we commit sins, knowingly or unknowingly, and look after all those who we know and love, and all those who know and love us, as well as those who don't, and ourselves in all that we do. Allow us to get closer to you, speak your words, guide our words so that they have your spirit, and guide our ears so that we can hear your spirit through others. We say these things humbly in your Son, Jesus Christ. Blessed name, however, those who I'm praying for may know you. Amen and amen. Thank y'all for joining me. Next week, this time, this was a little bit long, but next week, this time, we will be here again. 5:30 Eastern. I'm sorry, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. This is straight talk. This is straight understanding. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Mo, for joining me on Instagram. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. All right, peace.